happy International Women's Day, everyone. It's been, well, can't believe it's been another year. It's 2022. Yes, and unfortunately last year we didn't get the opportunity to celebrate because of lockdown and everything else, but life is kind of going back to normal and we're starting to think about all the things that matter again beside COVID. So I'm really pleased to have this opportunity to speak with you all. We have an amazing panel today, and although it's virtual, but it's justified because everyone, well, we have speakers from different parts of the world, so we can get different perspective about what's life, what is, I guess, the how International Women's Day is celebrated in different parts of the world as well. And just a small introduction into Specular for anyone who may not have heard of us yet. We're a small community, and the purpose of Specular is really to provide a platform for university students and also recent graduates to learn about different career options. We sincerely believe that you should explore your options before you settle. There is a right career option for everyone. Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to give people the opportunity to speak to professionals from different industry, from different career paths, so they can learn about different career options. And this is how we do it. One of the ways we do it is through celebrating causes which are important to us. And of course, diversity in workplace is hugely important. And that's why we decided to celebrate International Women's Day. So I guess the format of tonight's session will be, we'll do a short introduction, we'll go around the room, get to know our amazing guest speakers, and then we'll do a bit of a Q&A, informal session, and then we'll wrap it up. Roughly takes about an hour, but yeah, it's an informal discussion. So I'm going to let you guys nominate yourself. Who wants to go first? Won't pick on you just yet. So feel free to come off mute and introduce yourself.
Well, I'm happy to go first. Firstly, greetings from Canada. So my name is Catherine Kelly. I'm based in Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. I had to Google that when I was asked to move here because I didn't know. So you're forgiven if you don't know where that is. I am a director for a construction consultancy firm called Turner and Townsend. We are a global company. I worked in London for 14 years immediately after graduating from Edinburgh University, and then moved to Canada at the bequest of my company this time last year to head up the refurbishment of the Canadian Parliament building. So I actually lead the cost, time, risk and reporting team on behalf of the Crown and the Canadian government, and oversee the works on site that happened. My background, my degree is as an environmental geologist, and I essentially fell into a career in construction by my parents' next door neighbour. So that's how I am here 15, nearly 16 years later, and it's a fantastic career to date. And I get to work on some of the most influential and iconic buildings globally.
Wow, that's amazing. Really inspiring story. I'm going to ask you a little bit more about Canada, but
Sure.
Yeah, feel free, whoever wants to go next.
Sure, I can go next. Thanks so much, Sarah, for organising this, and indeed happy International Women's Day. My name is Beth Hocking. I'm currently based in London. I am a global account director and I run an international global sales team in the fragrance and beauty industry, in the commercial team. So I also have a funny falling into my industry story. So I found the fragrance industry when I was at university, not really sure what I wanted to do. And having that kind of year out in industry really helped me to find my passion in the fragrance industry and realize that there was actually a job there. And yeah, worked my way up from entry-level position to a senior manager role. And really have loved every single second of it. And what I find most passionate, or what I find most enjoyable, is mentoring and coaching my teams. So having a global team based around the world, a little bit like today's a virtual running, of course. And I really felt that there was a need for a little bit more support in terms of leadership when there was new managers. And I decided to train as a coach. So a qualified coach as well, and just felt that there was a gap when new managers are taking on teams and they're not really given the support that they need to really engage with the teams from the start. And there's usually a high pressure in that corporate environment as well to deliver and to perform. So for me, I felt so passionate that there was that kind of a leadership role that was required for transforming the first-time manager into a legacy leader for the future and for the next generation. So I do that as my passion or fun project as well on the side.
Oh, amazing. Because the question I want to ask is, do you get lots of free perfumes?
Much less now. At the beginning, yes, a lot of free perfumes, but yes, there are quite a few perfumes in my house, I have to admit.
Oh, amazing. Now that's definitely a career path worth pursuing. Excellent. Thank you so much for that introduction, Beth. Yeah, feel free, Yasmin or Andres, you can fight this one out.
That's me? Yes? Okay. By the way, thanks first of all to Zara for inviting me to being the only male for such a special day for women. So yeah, it will be interesting because as we will discuss, diversity is an important thing. So it would be nice also for some of the topics to give also the perspective from let's say a man. Yeah, if this is the right way. So yeah, a little bit about me. I'm Andreas. I'm from Cyprus. I moved to the UK to study chemical engineering. And thank God, during my studies, I had the opportunity to participate in different volunteering projects. Some projects took place in Ghana, Cameroon, and Mexico. And through those projects, I realized where my passion lies, which was in sustainable development. So after the university, I was very determined that what I want is a job on sustainability. So yeah, I moved to Mexico initially for the project there. And then I came back to the UK working on sustainable innovations with the European Commission. And then since 1.5 years, I moved to the Netherlands and I joined a startup company that we scale up innovations related to energy, waste, and way on helping different clients to scale up and accelerate towards a circular economy. So that's from me, and I'm looking forward to the discussion.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Andreas, for braving it. Don't be scared. The reason why we wanted to have a male in the panel is
I'm not scared, but to be honest, one of the things that maybe we can bring up is that many of those topics that I fully support, sometimes, you can get into a discussion that, coming from an opinion from a male, you can be attacked quite easily. So it would be interesting also to discuss this topic because, yeah, not every male, I think, is bad, of course. And yeah, okay.
Yeah, of course. Excellent, thank you. And last by no means least, Yasmin.
Thank you. Yes, hi everyone. Just Catherine, I've got a friend in Ottawa who works for the Canadian government, so I'm going to tell him that I met the person who's refurbishing the building. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so I'm a chemical engineer as well. I graduated, it's 11 or 12 years ago now, and funnily enough, similar story as to how I ended up in energy. My parents' neighbour worked for E.ON, and said to me, why don't you apply for a placement there? So I did a summer placement in a gas-fired power station, and suddenly realized that it sounds really stupid now, but we all rely on energy all of the time. So it's kind of an important sector. And I thought, this is a good thing to work in, and I can make a difference by making sure that it works properly and people have the energy that they need. So I've worked in coal and gas-fired power stations and in oil and gas and district heating. And 7 years into my work with E.ON, I decided to leave and find something different with a bit more focus on sustainability and climate change solutions. And I ended up in government. So I work for the Department for Business, Energy and Innovation. Business, Energy, oh my God, I can't remember.
Down somewhere.
BEIS, Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy is what I'm trying to say. But I work as an innovation program manager, which is why I was mixing up the acronym. So I basically design and run innovation programs to develop solutions that will make the energy system more sustainable. And just on top of, as well as my kind of technical work, I do lots of engineering engagements. So I talk at schools and events and careers fairs, and do lots of writing as well. So I'm currently writing a book about energy, which is coming out in 2024, and I'm very excited about that. And I'll stop talking now.
That's definitely an interesting background. I think when I have kids in the future, I'm going to make sure I live in a good neighborhood. So the next door neighbor can get them into the right career path. Perfect. So I guess I'm going to kick it off with the first question. Because a lot of us are in, I guess, male-dominated